Okay, Papa, we're ready for you to tell us about when you met Grandma and when you first started dating Grandma.
Okay, this is old Earl again, and I met Jewel. Jewel moved into my neck of the woods when she wasn't but about, I think, maybe 13 years old. No, she was 12. I'm sorry, she was 12 years old because it's 2 years that she was there before I ever started dating her. But the only reason I ever came to know her, she could see her daddy, her mama died about when she was only 6 years old, and when her daddy came down and he met my great aunt and he married her, which was right across the street from my grandmother. And I seen this young woman over there, and I just admired her 100%. And it stayed that way until she was about 14 years old, and I started dating her then. They didn't let me date her now. Mr. Clemens didn't want me around her at all. He had told her she couldn't date me, but evidently she loved me because she let me come see her, and we stayed clear of Daddy, her daddy. But at any rate, we went on for that till she was 16 years old. And of course, I joined the Marine Corps about that time, about a month before she turned 16. And I realized I missed that woman so bad that I was afraid that if I didn't go back home and do something to tie her up to me, that she would be swept off her feet by somebody else, and they'd get her out before I got back. If I got back, because there's all of that questions in a war, whether you're going to come back or not. So we had to run off to get married. Most of you know that whole story, and it's quite a story, but we won't repeat it again. But I loved her, and she loved me, and we married each other, and we had a lot in common that we didn't even know about. And that's the reason we were married so long and stayed so happy, is because we worked together. We loved each other regardless of what. We never argued, we never fussed at each other or anything of the nature. Now, we had disagreements. Everybody thought I was crazy when I say that, but we had disagreements. But if she had something that I did, and she'd come and she'd tell me about it. She'd say, now, I don't like that. I wish you wouldn't do it. And that was it. I'd say, yes, dear, and we didn't do it. And the same thing if she did something I didn't like. I'd tell her about it, and that's it. We wouldn't argue. Just tell her about it, and we'd be corrected. So that's the reason we loved each other and stayed together. And all of this was by the grace of God and the love of Jesus Christ that we were able to continue on in our lives and have a great, long, married, happy life. And then we had the war came along, of course, and I was in the war, and I'd never met the Lord. I wasn't a Christian at all. That's the reason her daddy didn't want me having anything to do with her. And
hold on, Papa. I'm gonna stop it and do another one so that they're little videos and not big ones.